Hey, it's Faye, and I want to do a little Riot Girl inspired look with you today. First, I moisturized and primed, of course. And then I did my eyebrows, and I did them kind of straight-ish, but slightly arched, and dark eyebrows for sure. And then I put on BB cream, and I did concealer just to spot correct a little bit around my nose and on my acne marks. And then after applying concealer in those spots, I also did under my mouth and my lips. And then I just blended away. And then I do contour a little bit. I did a lot of contour just because I want to add a little more depth to my face today. And I did it around my nose, around my eyes. And I also did my cheekbones a little bit. And then I honestly just blend with my fingers. I find that's what does it best for me, at least with creams. And then after blending, I just concealed a little bit more, cleaned up the bronzer with my concealer, and added some blush on my nose and my cheeks. And I blended that out. What the freak? I blended it out with my fingers again. And then I also did under my eyes just a tiny bit. And then after I spritz those setting spray, I put on powder, and then I spot conceal again because it was bothering me. And I do black eyeshadow on my waterline. I find that even though it doesn't stay that well throughout the day, it kind of does, but it also just blends throughout the day a little nicer than a black eyeliner crayon would. And then I do a medium tone of brown eyeshadow, and I do that on my crease. And I also use that same shade for a little bit of powder contour on my nose. And to finish off this eyeshadow look, I did this light kind of lavenderish color all over my lid where I didn't put the brown eyeshadow on my crease. And I just blend that out a little bit. And now it's time for mascara. I just applied like normally on my top and bottom lashes. And then I use a brown lip liner to line my lips. And I used a light shade of a mauve kind of pink as lipstick, just a tiny bit, and red lipstick, highlight my freckle, and I'm done.